Hello and welcome. This is Amir Lahijy, live from Los Angeles. Good evening. I hope you had a great day. We start talking about reality. And some people they don't like to accept reality. That's why we are going to Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles, close to beach, beautiful area, and see who is here with us. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Amir. Good to be with you
Hello.
again.
Thank you to being with us. Coach Bani Sadiq, life coach, hypnotherapist, master of NLP. And well, what's the definition? What's the definition of reality?
Hmm. Well, reality is subjective.
Hmm.
We experience life as a subjective experience. What
Mm-hmm.
that means is when we are given the same environment, same event, same external event, how two people see it can be completely different and opposing from one another.
Mm-hmm.
We see the world based upon our past experiences. In NLP, we have a proposition that says the map is not the territory. What that means is, however you make that map look exactly like, let's say, Los Angeles County, you make it as big and as precise and exact as the surroundings of LA, but yet the map is not the actual city. So what that means is that we see the world as external events coming to us, and we, based upon our filtering system, based upon our past experiences, we give a different meaning to what is being presented to us. So reality is very subjective. Let me give you an example.
Please.
Imagine two people standing at the ocean, looking at the ocean. The ocean is the same. The waves are crushing onto the shore with the same speed, with the same velocity. It's the same of the day, and these two people are standing next to each other, watching the ocean. Now, in one person, you can clearly see that they're in distress, uncomfortable, and even fearful. The other person, however, is very excited, very jubilant, and happy about watching and looking at the ocean. What makes these two feel so differently while looking at the same thing? When we asked these two people, the person that was fearful had a near death drowning experience 6 months prior to standing and watching the ocean. So his experience was coming from fear, from not safety. The other person, however, was an avid surfer, which enjoyed the thrill of riding the waves and being in the ocean. That gave him joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So the event is the same. The ocean is the same. It's not changing for each person. But the way we interpret, the way we internalize, one bases his reality out of fear, and the other person uh, out of joy and excitement. So reality is very different than facts. Facts
Right.
are facts. Sun rises every morning. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I am sitting here talking to you that you are sitting in the studio. That's a fact. But the way people interpret and have a different meaning from what I'm saying, that is the subjective reality. That is how people define their own reality. And
And
it's
now
not
you
just,
go to sorry you go to you start answer my next question. What's the difference between reality and truth?
fact.
And fact. So, your fact and truth is same for you? All
Uh,
truth is fact?
Fact is factual. It's
Yeah.
science based.
Right.
It's
Right.
day and night. It's you can measure it. You can there is factuality about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
the sun rises. There is
Right.
no one can deny that. Okay,
Absolutely.
so truth and reality can be subjective. What is my truth? What is your truth? What is
Truth.
my
Truth.
reality?
Truth could be different for people.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. I
Truth, I think, yes.
like say killing people, and its reality is lots of we can see lots of people killing other people, but truth is killing people is not good. Some
That's based on your values.
this is
What you
based on
make
my
to
value, the value for
what you
different
make what
people.
you make to be what you make to be good or bad. Whenever we say something is good and something is bad, it's based on our values. Some
It's
values
based
are
on value,
generalized. Some,
but based on humanity, based on we like a lot of countries, uh, you know uh, between man and woman is not equal, for work, job, lots of things, right? So, but in you said it's in my uh, perspective is, when I said it is not good, it's based on my uh, opinion, or it's I think it's a fact. What do you think?
it's fact based upon the fact is
Mm-hmm.
that, for example, in some countries, men and women are not treated equally.
Treated,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
right.
Okay, how we interpret it, that's based upon our values and our beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
In some countries, uh, the belief is that women are not supposed to be equal as men. That's their belief.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anytime that you say this is good and this is bad, this is right and this is wrong, it all comes out of our beliefs and ultimately our value system. What we believe to be in our universe, good and bad. I base it on my values that people are supposed to be equal. That's a value. Okay.
Right.
I value all people the same way. That's a value that I have. So, based on that value, when I see injustice, then I label it bad or good. But if you're a man in a country that values male supremacy and male domination, the belief becomes a totally different belief. So all of it is subjective. In some countries, those are values that are very acceptable, and in some countries, it's not. So, based upon what we believe and what values are, the meaning and the interpretation that we have for ourselves and internalize changes. And that is a subjective reality.
Interesting. So, and why, some people like to deny reality and don't like to accept it.
Again, what is the reality that they're denying?
For
I
example,
mean,
let's go with the example. Make it simple. Uh, we saw lots of news and about coronavirus. Lots of people, they believe there is no coronavirus, or they don't believe to wear a mask. So they don't
that's
they deny it. They deny the reality. A lot of people, dying still every day. We have a number of every day, different city, different countries, but they don't believe wearing mask, something like that,
Yes, okay.
or they don't want to listen to music. Sorry, news, not music. Listen to music is good. They don't like to listen to news, at least local news, to know what's going on around us. So they what's the issue? Why we have this type of people? Because I'm very against this stuff, against of this. Uh, they don't want to know what's going on. Regular, information, daily information.
So, what you say as regular information, what you're saying as people need to wear masks, which I believe they should, versus people that don't, they feel the same way about people that think mask wearing it needs to be mandated.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's the point that I'm trying to make, that each one of us have our own reality, which we believe truly to be the truth. None of us are wrong, and both of us are right in our own perception, in our own way of interpreting and internalizing the news.
You
Some
s-
people think that listening to news, it's actually harmful for them because it's not the news that we are hearing. And to go a little bit further in that, when we hear the news, it's not only the news that we are hearing. We are hearing nowadays a lot of opinion attached to the news. So it's not only the facts that are given to us, but a lot of opinions that is also being fed to us. So denying facts, I'm totally against it. Denying science, I'm totally against it. However, I hear the facts and I get my conclusion that I'd rather live in fear or live in courage. Some people think and believe in conspiracy theories. That's their reality. Some people don't. So this is what I mean with subjective reality, that everyone believes something that is their reality. And and each one of them is right in their own perception. So there is not only one reality, but there are multiple realities.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about, when you sit and talk about these polarities, yes and no's, right and wrongs, ultimately, when you chunk up enough, high enough, and get to the uh, feeling point, response of why they are doing what they're doing and why am I doing what I'm doing, ultimately, most often than not, we get to one common feeling point: happiness, security, safety. But they have different pathways to reach to that goal, yet our ultimate goal, our ultimate hierarchy of wants it comes to be the same. So people believe different things and their reality is different things.
Right.
They feel, they see, they hear, and they feel differently than me and you. It
Right.
doesn't make that wrong or right. It is just the way it is. They see things differently. Another way that we can address this and sort of come to an agreeable point is to accept that there is more than one way to look at things. When I think that this is the way it should be, then we go into black and white thinking. And black and white thinking limits us. It doesn't allow us to expand our horizon and to see different points of views.
So.
A lot of people truly believe that by wearing masks, their privacy is being taken away. On the other hand, people think that, only selfish people that think about themselves don't wear masks. So it all depends on how we see and internalize the information that is coming to us. If someone's uh, reality or someone's past experiences is based upon fear, based upon not trusting, based upon questioning authorities and uh, believing in conspiracy theories and not trusting, then that's how they represent, and that's how they perceive their own reality. On the other hand, when someone is uh, their past experience is content and trusting and uh, a little bit more compassionate, then mask wearing per se becomes a natural thing to do. So it's all based on what we how we internalize and how we give meaning to the information that is coming to us. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yes, but I have an issue with some of my belief system probably.
Go ahead.
So like uh, there is a lot of things I believe is against humanity, and like child sexual abuse or uh, the way in some countries uh, killing animals.
Okay.
So I know we pass with based on your schedule. You said 15 minutes, and we pass it now is 16. Anytime you want to close this segment, it's fine. I know you are so busy, and you have another, uh, probably session. Tell me, Coach Bonnie, as a life coach and the hypnotherapist and master of NLP, how you can help people uh, to accept the reality and the reality, you know, we have it in our country and some news, however, based on all of things you said, uh, so maybe because I'm in media, that's why I like to uh, transfer all at least clean news to people. I'm not telling good news or bad news. Some people, they said we don't want to have hear or see bad news. Or social media, when you roll your Instagram going up and going down and down, then probably you're going to see some news you don't like it. So however, I don't know why you don't follow that person or that channel, but still they put this comment, we don't want to hear bad news. So I said, this is not a bad news, this is a fact, this is it, you know this is a reality, and we need to at least to know what's going on around us.
Okay. I want you to, I invite you to uh, distinguish again between reality and fact.
Okay.
Reality is subjective,
Right.
fact is objective. My reality can be very different than your reality.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say they don't want to accept their reality, whose reality they're not accepting? Because their reality may be
Is
very
different.
different than your reality.
Okay.
And you said how we can support people to be more compassionate towards each other's opinion.
That's a good question.
One way is to accept that we don't see the world the same way. We feel, we hear, we see, we sense things differently than uh, I sense and feel and hear and see things differently than you. We
Right.
might be uh, subjected to the same news, but what I get out of it might be completely different than what you get out of it. So acceptance is the first step into building a bridge between the divisiveness that we are watching unfold in front of our eyes. Acceptance. There are many different ways that we can internalize and translate and give meaning to the same situation. Doesn't mean that if someone believes a different belief is wrong.
Right.
Accepting.
Yeah.
Acceptance, yes. Acceptance, and then if someone has a negative belief, what we do is supporting into switching and shifting that negative belief into an empowering belief. So a belief that can move the person forward instead of keeping them stagnant and not moving forward. For example, in the example that I gave with the two individuals looking at the ocean,
Right.
the one that is fearful, what we can do is with technique called time technique and sometimes hypnotherapy, remove that phobia, that trauma that causes this person to feel a certain horror and negative emotion towards the ocean, so that he can have a shift in the mindset and the belief system that, yes, I had a bad experience, but ocean is not always scary.
Right.
Ocean can be a safe place, but I need to be cautious. So shifting the mindset, shifting the belief into an empowering belief is one way that you can avoid having or eliminate having negative beliefs that are shrinking us or stopping us or sabotaging us from moving forward.
Thank you so much, Coach Bunny. As all of our audience, we can have a live chat in our app and website. You can send your questions. And also in our Instagram, every day when we have a expert and a specialist for that person, we have a post. You can send your question. We have a couple questions. I know you don't have time, but just one question. So the ladies asked, how can I back to my childhood memory? Looks like she cannot remember that memories.
Sometimes when the memory is not a healthy memory, we subconsciously block that memory.
Right.
I would need to speak to this individual to see exactly what it is that she needs to remember.
Okay, then
And
I'm going to send it to you. I want to make it easy. I'm going to send it to you, her message and her account on Instagram. Please help her. Thank you so much.
And one more thing that I want to emphasize is that
please.
A lot of times we want to remember a childhood memory. Not necessarily we need to remember a particular memory in order to remove the negative beliefs. What time technique does, it takes you back in time and subconsciously stops at a point that first memory was built. You might remember that memory when you are in trance, you may not. Even if you don't remember that particular memory, you can still get the learnings from the experience and move forward and shift the negative beliefs into positive ones, even if you don't particularly remember the details of that memory. Does that make sense to you?
Right, yeah. I had this experience and I know it's very helpful and it's possible. Very simple if you're going with the professional person. Thank you so much. All of you guys, if you need help with and support from Coach Bunny, here is a phone number. Just call. Yes.
Thank
okay
you.
You're welcome. And 310-477-8833. Coach Bunny said it. Thank you so much as usual.
Thank you for giving me another chance. Have a
My
good night,
pleasure.
everyone. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us. And
Of course.
we have more music and lots of things coming. Thank you so much. And see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it's very profound, right? It's amazing. And we are going to talk to Coach Buddy next time about how we can, go to these memories. And that's going to be one session and talking about that. So, after a short commercial, we are coming back and stay tuned because I have another surprise for you. Stay tuned with me.
Raise your vibration and re engage with life. Find balance and reconnect with joy. Your vehicle is balancing the wheel, and we're here to support you in becoming more happier, healthier, and successful. wheelofwellbeing.com or drsadiq.com.
Do you have viruses or malware warnings? Have a problem with your computer and need help? 24 hours, 7 days. Computer Emergency Services. Convenience and savings at your fingertips. Download our free app and keep in touch.